Hey guys, this is Faye from Face Roll Media, and that is my slosh. Okay, so if you find yourself still spending hours to turn long form videos such as interviews, podcast recordings, or knowledge transfer videos into these shorts, then you're working way too hard in 2026. I want to show you how you can use Riverside's Magic Clips to do all of that in minutes, not hours, while preserving 4K quality. When you get the clips, you can share them on your YouTube channel as YouTube Shorts, maybe Instagram Reels, or even your popular LinkedIn video posts. So let's not waste any more time. Jump right in because I want to show you how to do this step by step.
Hey guys, so now inside Riverside, I want to give you a quick walkthrough of our assets and what we do with these clips. As you can see under projects, I have been using Riverside for quite some time. I'm just going to pick this one recorded from January 27th. So when I go into this project, under the recordings tab, you see your video and multiple tracks. Go to made for you. If you see absolutely nothing here, you should see two buttons says magic clips and magic segments, etc. Because I've already done that as part of this demonstration, you'll notice on this page, you have your magic episode. I do want to take a quick moment to explain to you all these assets you get in addition to magic clips. Magic episode is an AI polished draft tailored to you with some key edits already applied. So it's cleaner and a better version of what you already recorded. Immediately after that are your magic clips. You see about 6 of them. There's more over here. And there are different scores associated, captions already built in. These captions have slightly different styles. If you know what you want, you can edit them easily. But personally, I like to see how different captions and styles look on a particular clip. I'm very lucky this client of mine, Michael Lecky, we've been very consistently recording videos. His setup is really good for what he's trying to do. So next we have magic segments. As mentioned, these are actually very similar to clips, except that they're of the landscape orientation. You'll also notice they tend to be a little bit longer. Where clips are generally under a minute, these segments are typically around 2 to 3 minute mark. Some a little bit longer like this one, it's 5 minutes. These clips are pretty good for platforms such as LinkedIn for slightly longer form content, but also for regular YouTube videos. Hooks are really quite short. These are usually about 20-30 second long. Just by definition, it's something that you can hook your audience into, something that makes them think. Some of these are really good for leading into a question and answer. Last but not least, we have different posts. These are even blog posts, and on the right-hand side, these are Instagram captions. These snapshots are really interesting. You certainly can download them. So with that said, let's talk about magic clips. First, what I tend to do is actually review them in order.
You need to know.
The good news is you can just hit play and get a sense for it. If you're happy with it, you can give it a thumbs up.
Seen making mistakes, which means you hide your mistakes.
If you like what you're seeing, you can click on share. You have the option to download, copy a link so people can review it right away. You can share via mobile. You can export it so you can basically download the video. But you can also share directly to social platforms like YouTube Shorts, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's very convenient. If you want to apply certain edits, you can click on the edit button. This way you don't have to download the video and open another video editor app. Everything can be done within Riverside. It saves you time and money. Okay, so a couple of things I want to show you and tricks. One, that you can edit directly using the text. For example, you want to get rid of the word psychological. All you have to do is literally just hit backspace and you can see how that's crossed out. Right. On the right-hand side, you will notice that Riverside has this smart editing process. Because I'm part of that conversation, it assumes I want to remain in the video. So that could be very natural, right? If you're a host, you do want to ask questions and still have you come in as the host. I would say even for a fraction of a second, know that there are 2 people in that recording room. However, what if you want to just use your client's video? In this case, you don't want yourself or anyone else to appear in the final video. I'll show you how to do that. You can do a couple of things. One, under layout, you can choose full screen. So this will actually focus on the speaker in full screen. In this case, it's a portrait view, but still it's going to be Michael and I'm not going to be included. Another one that I've experimented is smart layout. So this one basically dynamically adjusts based on the person who is talking. In this case, Michael's talking, I'm not saying a thing, and just in the background, this could also work. So another trick, if you're looking at your full video, what I've done is simply turn myself off. You can see that Michael's track is on and mine is currently turned off. If you want to go back to the original video to turn off anyone, you can do this even if you're recording with 4, 5, 6 other people. I hope you find this part helpful. In terms of caption edits, it's right here. What's built in here, I think it works really well, but you can certainly, with one click, adjust that very easily, very simply. Now, you're able to upload your own images and videos in case you want to add different B-roll. So this can be really helpful. It's not really an advanced feature, but it's helpful to have this being referenced, again, in the same editor inside Riverside. Next is music. You can see here, you are able to choose from ready-made collection. You can upload your own music too, and you're able to preview really high quality music. You can see the different categories like lifestyle, news, politics, education, gaming, arts, entertainment, business and tech, true crime. So if you're editing a podcast, for example, you're able to find a lot of them that you can choose from. You also have images and videos here. If you want AI to help you auto-generate content, you can use that. I'm going through these features that are useful for people who want to really dial up their social media presence. If you were to ask me, I prefer to have Michael on screen, without doing too much to cover up his face. At the end of the day, it depends on the content you're trying to create. For Michael's audience, they want to see him, they respect him, they find him engaging. So I don't really see the reason to overload or front load so much B-roll. But if you want to test it out, again, this is a fantastic feature, and I cannot believe all of this is built into Riverside's video editor. To generate the video, you can type a prompt and see clips that are pre-selected based on the content. You can choose to generate with or without audio. Here you can choose different models. Right now there's Pika 2.2 and VO3. Both are very powerful. If you want to overlay any of the text, you can do that too. So let me know in the comments below, how you envision yourself to use the clip tool. What do you struggle with? What do you find easy? Let's help each other out, because there's a huge opportunity to optimize and repurpose such high quality content. Because we get 4K content from Riverside, there are AI tools built in. So you'll notice the features from the AI tools inside Riverside. When they prepare these magic clips for you, that in itself, it's already an AI feature. So a lot of this is already applied, but you can tweak them even further if you want. Some of the pauses are already automatically removed. You're able to dial it up or down if you choose to. You can even revert to the original. Same thing with filler words, finding fluff. Depending on the show and the content and the guests you have, over the years, I learned to not over edit, which means sometimes it's nice to have that shorter pauses where people are taking their time to answer a question. I find that really attractive, and they work well for our content. But if you're doing more news reporter type of content, something super fast paced, you will want to try to remove as many filler words as possible and remove the pauses so things are cut really tight. A lot of this, as I mentioned, it's trial and error. It's not something that you will experiment once, you publish 3 clips and suddenly they go viral. It's more about focusing on what suits your content. And for me, I have slightly tailored strategies based on the person I'm recording with. When it comes to these AI features, it is not necessary to apply everything. I would say pick out the features, experiment with them, and see what you get. That process is quite interesting. Last but not least, at the very top, we have a feature called Co-Creator. Again, you can do all of this based on your clips, even within your magic clips, your entire episode or magic segments, doesn't matter. Here, you can basically ask your co-creator to add background music. And here it says, okay, I can do that. Could you please specify the mood, relaxing, professional, and I would say, what is the word I'm looking for? Lo-fi. You can also personalize your co-pilot and teaching what you wanted to do and then adjust the styles over time. You can teach your co-creator about yourself, the type of content you're trying to create, thought leadership, late night host, influencer, custom, and you can build that out. You can even add additional instructions and things like that. So have fun with this. You might find it to be really helpful. Other things co-creators can do, if we click on suggestions, are improve sound to studio quality, remove fluff, pauses, improve design with smart layout, do it all, like everything above. Under AI tools, we can have these things such as help me find fluff, adjust eye contact, magic audio, remove pauses. Last but not promote, the first thing is magic clip. You can also stitch together a promo trailer. So that means it's a shorter, usually about the 30-second to 1-minute trailer. I wish I had these things when I first started podcasting in 2014. I had to do everything manually, and it's very costly. Even if you're trying to hire somebody on Upwork, generate thumbnail and image, that's incredible. There's so much you can explore. So have fun with it, guys. This video definitely took us to places I don't think I quite expect. I thought I was going to just show you some basic features for Magic Clips, but there's so much you can do. You can dial up and down different AI features you can work with. You got your co-creator as well. All right, so openness to learn. And these are the thumbnails that I recommend, like this first one for some reason. And let me go ahead and download that. Look at this. I think that's a pretty nice photo of Michael. And I also remember on that day, there's something not quite right with his camera. Still, the quality is not bad. If I want to change something, I would like openness to learning or flexibility over defensiveness. So change text to, let's see what happens. If you want to adjust these options, you can also teach co-creator to do that without you having to open up an editing tool. All right, so I think we had a lot of fun. I would love to do more of these videos, dive into different workflows and how I use these tools. When you're ready to export your video, these are your options. You can export different files, video, audio, your timeline. You can choose to upgrade so that you can download them in 1080p, even 4K. You can choose to normalize audio levels, remove background noise. You can do all of that during your export process. You can even click on share for review. This way people can comment on specific timestamps and give you feedback. I find this option to be incredible, especially when it comes to working with the team. Or for me, if I'm creating these sponsor videos with clients, different teams, it's just so helpful for them to be able to submit feedback very easily. If you like this video, I'm pretty sure you're going to like the next one as well, which is about Riverside's webinar feature. On this YouTube channel, I have talked extensively about Zoom and Zoom webinar. And over the past couple of years, I really love what I'm seeing when it comes to Riverside's webinar features, high quality recording, which makes it so much easier to repurpose our awesome webinar content. So I'm going to see you in that video.